Welcome to our weekly Wolfpack Workout. Today we'll be going over our field day activities. Our first game is backboard banquet. You need 5 socks, you need a box or a laundry basket, and you need a wall. You also need to mark a distance of 5 feet and 10 feet from your basket. You have 1 minute to score as many points as you can in the basket. You must use the backboard to get it in the basket. Write down how much you scored on a piece of paper. And here I am walking you over. There's my basket, there are my socks, and there's my first marker, my 5 foot, and my 10-foot marker. Okay, and I set my timer for 1 minute, and I'm ready to go, and I begin. I'm shooting my socks in the basket. I'm retrieving the socks, and now I switched over to the 10-foot line, and I realize I'm not doing so good, so I switch over to the 5 foot again, and I'm shooting the socks in the basket. Notice that I'm only shooting overhand. You can also try shooting underhand. I just wasn't thinking about it at the moment, but you can also shoot underhand. There I go, I'm going. Remember that the points only count if they hit the backboard. So some of those that you see, I'm not hitting the backboard, so those do not count. I'm going to continue shooting until time is up. Once time's up, I make sure to write down my score and I move on to the next game. You thought that last round was too easy? Well, I got a smaller box and I'm going to challenge myself to do it again with a smaller box. And there I go. Remember that they only count if you hit the backboard and then it goes into the basket. But if it just goes straight into the basket, that doesn't count. As soon as time's up, I make sure to write down my score, and then I move on to the next game. The next game is called Penguin Race. You're going to need a sock or a ball to put in between your feet. You're also going to need 2 plastic cups to set 15 feet apart from each other. In the game, you're the penguin, and the ball or the sock in between your feet is your egg. You have to penguin waddle around the 2 plastic cups. Every lap is 1 point. If you drop your egg, you have to do 5 jumping jacks. You can also race a partner, but today we're just going to challenge ourselves. Okay, I've chosen a basketball as my egg, and I have my timer. When the timer goes on, put the ball in between my legs, and I go. Now the ball is my egg, and I'm penguin waddling around the 2 Clorox wipes. Remember, if I drop the ball, 5 jumping jacks. Every time I go around the yellow Clorox wipes, that is 1 point for me. Oh, and I dropped the ball the first time. I'm doing my 5 jumping jacks, which are not on screen, but I promise you I'm doing them. And I'm back. And I'm going again. And I'm waddling around the cone, around the Clorox wipes. Oh, there goes my ball again. 5 jumping jacks again. And let's see how I do. I have 1 lap so far. And I kind of got it together for a little bit. There goes 2 laps. And I'm going. And 3 laps. Time's up. Write how many laps you did. Our next game is called Spoon Relay. You need a spoon and an object to place on the spoon. You're going to need 2 markers just like the penguin race. You're going to put your object on the spoon and you're going to move around the 2 markers that you have. Every lap is 1 point. You have 1 minute to get as many points as you can. If you drop your object, just stop, pick it up, and then keep moving. I have my spoon, I have my sock, which is my object, and I'm using my phone for the timer. You have 1 minute to get as many points as you can. And there I go. And I drop the sock, I pick it up, and then I keep going. You can go try to take your time, or you can speed up just as long as you can keep balance. Every time I go around both Clorox wipes, it counts for 1 point because I got a full lap in. I'm starting to get the hang of it, so I start running, but then I drop my sock, and that's okay. And then I drop it again, and that's okay too. And then I drop it a third time, so maybe I should slow down a little bit. And I'm going to continue until time is up. Once time is up, make sure to write down your score and move on to the next game. Our last game is the towel flip challenge. All you need for this game is a towel. You're going to lay your towel on the floor and stand on it. You have 1 minute to flip over the towel as many times as you can, but both feet must be on the towel while you're flipping it over. Make sure when you flip over the towel that you lay it flat before you begin to flip it over again. Remember to write your score down once you're finished. And here I go. I have my towel. I'm gonna lay it on the ground. And once my timer is on, I go. Notice that both my feet are on the towel. And I begin to flip. Both feet are on, and then I move. Make sure both feet are on the towel. Once I flip it over and I lay it flat, that's 1 flip. And then I go again. Make sure both feet are on at all times. And I flip it over. But I wait until I flatten it out completely before it counts. And that's 2. And I'm trying to figure out which side I'm going to take again. And notice that both my feet are on, then I move. And I make sure to flatten it out before I count it as a flip. See, that's flat enough.